I know it's famous for smallmouth and famous for walleye, but did you know that Dale Hollow has fantastic shellcracker fishing on it? Some of the biggest shellcracker I've ever seen. Now, these bushes I'm showing you don't really come into play today, and neither do those crickets. We catch a few shellcracker out of them, but what happened is I went over to Dale Hollow and met my friend here, Darren Shell, good fisherman and co-owner of Willow Grove Resort and Marina. And we went to hit these bushes first where he'd been catching monster shellcracker, bigger than these, bigger actually than what we catch today, but these are good fish. But he'd been catching them in those bushes, and that's where you want to go first, coming up right now, right from now to mid-May. Go check those bushes out. Dale Hollow is still over summer pool, and you'll start catching these shellcrackers out of them. And bluegill, you can do it with jigs or you can do it like we do on night crawlers. But what happens, I wanted you to see that habitat. We'll ultimately move away from there because the fish did. They're out in the flats on grass, and Darren's going to explain that to you. He's going to tell you about the size of bluegill to begin, and then we're going all shellcracker, bluegill every now and then.
We pretty much throw them back if they're not half pound, you know, and we like them three quarters to a pound. The shellcrackers are normally bigger than that. We normally have pound and a half even.
Wow, that's a good shellcracker.
Yeah, that's 12 inches, yeah.
That's not uncommon. What's the biggest shellcracker you ever got?
I've got a couple over 2 pounds. Yeah, and they're pretty. Gosh, they're pretty. I just love them. I mean, they're just pound for pound. If they grew to 5 pounds, I'm not sure you could get them in the boat.
If you had 1 month to pick to come fish for shellcracker on Dale Hollow, which one is it?
It'd be mid to end of May, and June's good too. It's just a matter of whether you like fishing at the bushes or whether you want to really fish out where they're bedding. It's harder to fish where they're bedding because you kind of got to guess where they are. They get on those flats where you can't really see what you're fishing. You have to know it's there. So it's kind of like some of the lakes that crappie fish where crappie beds are. It's the same thing. You got to know where they're going to be. But this time of year, in May, we're fishing mid to late May, and we can look for the buck bushes, the willow bushes, and you'll find 10 in one bush, and it's time to move on to another one. And if you fish one and there's nothing there, move on. There's no sense of hanging around beating the old bush.
Okay, and I noticed you like to use night crawlers and crickets. Are you a jig guy at all, or is it just the best way to fish?
You know, it doesn't really matter. It just seems like the jig is a little easier to get out of the brush. When you're fishing in the trees, I like the jigs. If I'm actually out on the flats trying to pick them off the bed, the hook and a little split shot up above it is probably better. But when you're fishing in the sticks, I have a tendency to catch more sticks than fish. So,
but you're still putting a worm and a cricket on a lead head jig.
Yeah, I just put any way to get that little hook down there, and I think the shellcrackers like night crawlers a lot better. Or red worms, either one.
Is there always
I like
a buck bush or a willow tree flooded?
But if you're really wanting to catch the bluegills, the bluegills kind of like the crickets a little
they've
better.
had
Floodgates open this week, and last week we were fishing in trees that are now almost out of the water. They've dropped 2 feet. So some of the places we went today, I expected to catch fish, and there's not enough water there.
Okay, so look for them, and typically you like how deep the water to be around your buck bush?
If you can find, put your boat in 10 feet of water and trying to fish at a buck bush or willow bush that's 8-9 feet. That for some reason 9 feet seems to be sort of a magical number, and it'll vary a foot depending on all the weather conditions. But 9 feet's kind of a magical number on the lake here. It's either both bedding and because they gather in those trees before they actually get out and make their nests, and that's what we're doing today is going to those trees and picking them out pre-spawn.
We're fishing out away now a little bit, and you found them in grass. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, you have to pretty much drag them right out of there. And I think he's coming up, but I don't think it's as big as I first thought. Those weeds make him feel like he's a lot bigger. But he's a pretty good fish. It's shellcracker.
Shellcracker love that grass.
Oh, he's a heavy one.
Oh, that's a nice one.
He's pretty good.
Now, hold it there for a second. That's the grass we're fishing, is that right?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of it down there. We're trying to fish the beds is what we're doing really there. We know that there's a particular bed in this spot on the flat. And these, they like to be right next to those weeds.
Now, how does that fish right there go as far as average size?
He's probably average. I mean,
So
we catch a lot of bigger ones, and we were hoping to get some bigger ones yet today, but he's still pretty good. He'd make a wonderful slab for your skillet.
I bet he will. Hey, I love the light ultralight fishing, Darren.
It is a blast. He ain't very big, but he was fun. Oh, we could get a fillet out of him, but look how fat she is. I think maybe we'll put her back for
Mother
seed.
Nature have that one back?
Yeah, come back and see me.
There you go. And you notice that Darren's got a buoy out there. And when you're fishing the flat grass, a good idea, isn't it, Darren?
You bet. These flats have several several good beds on them, and especially if you can find them near those weeds, they really like that. That's a telltale sign that they can get in and out of there for safety, and plus evidently the depth is just right.
You want to tell them your secret for finding beds, or is that too secret?
Oh, that's top secret. I'd have to kill you.
All right. We'll just keep that one close to the vest.
Oh, actually, you really can, man. I'm serious. You can, if you go in the water gets down, you can get out and look on these flats, and you can see where they've bedded before. And we try to get a kind of waypoints of where you think maybe that is, and it's hard to tell when you get back there when the water's up. But
they may come back. Shellcracker and bluegill go to a lot of the beds, but not always.
They do try to. I think they come back to the same place because it was right in the first place. So it's probably still right year to year, provided the water depth is about the same. He's pulling pretty good. Yeah, she was right in those weeds. Oh, yeah. Listen to that drag thing.
What pound test do you like for this shellcracker?
Oh, I think anything's fine, but I like 6, really, to tell you the truth. I don't think that really bothers the fish any. Oh, that's a good fish. She don't jump like a smallmouth, but she's a good fish. Come on out of there,
They look beautiful in that Del Hollow water, though, don't they?
Yeah, look at that red ear on her. Pretty.
She's beautiful.
Come on out, sweetheart. Say hello. Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty good-looking fish right there.
Yeah, you betcha. Look how it fills up the hand.
Wow. That orange flap's a dead giveaway, isn't it?
That's for sure. They're pretty green spotting.
Red ear shellcracker. Still catching them on night crawler more than cricket?
Yeah, crickets work pretty good, but they like the night crawlers better.
Okay. Good old night crawlers.
Don't get much simpler than that, does it?
It really doesn't. It's good old like you did it as a kid fishing.
Yep, that's what we like about it. It's not rocket science. We just pinch off about a half a worm, either throw it on a jig or a hook, just about like that. Simple as that.
Throw it in that bed, right?
Yep, we're out floating on this same flat. The wind's blowing just enough now that we're, oh shoot, we get pretty far from our buoy pretty quick.
Yeah, we do. But they're all in that bed.
Well,
who's that right there?
Trolling motor. That's our guide.
Is that our guide?
That's my mother and father. They're out here marking a few spots for us and catching some on their own.
Well, they're good fishermen like you are, Darren. Now,
Far better.
Your mom writes books with you, right?
Oh yeah. She helped me write our history book about the lake here.
So, what books have you written?
Oh, several. Most of them are about Del Hollow, though. They're about the lake and the history and the stories that surround it and the making of it.
What's the name of some of them?
The history of Del Hollow. That was the best. I got another one called Lost Treasure. That's a real neat little story. It tells mostly about when they built Old Willow Grove. They tore down Old Willow Grove building the lake.
Okay, and you've told me some of that today. Show me where the old school ground was. I mean, the school building was. That's cool.
Yeah, we kind of floated right over the old school building. That's kind of neat.
It's fun doing that. And then you've written a book I like a lot. It's about smallmouth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was my most recent, and it was about the world record smallmouth here on Del Hollow. We have 3 of the top 20. Well, we have the top 3 in the world, but we have 10 in the top 25, which is pretty impressive, if you ask me. So this particular book tells the story of those top 3 fish and how they caught them.
What's the name of that book?
That one's called The Big Ones. Del Hollow's record smallmouth.
And just in case somebody doesn't know, what was the man's name that caught the biggest fish ever smallmouth?
That was Mr. D.L. Hayes out of Kentucky. He beautiful fish, 11 pounds, 15 ounces. I've been to his living room. I sat down and talked to the man, and he told me how he did it. It was fun.
Well, tell us real quick, how did he do it?
How did he do it? He was trolling a big white Model 600 bomber up in the mouth of Wolf River. And that's always been kind of the controversy, is because it was caught right at the state line, so nobody knows for sure if it's a Kentucky or Tennessee fish.
Oh, but we're claiming it in Tennessee.
I'm sure it was Tennessee because it talked different.
And then probably 10 foot of water, 9, 10, 11 foot, 12?
10 and a half probably today. We were looking for 9 and a half, but today it seems like 10 and a half is the answer.
10 and a half.
And I often wonder if the fish know that the lake's being drawn. I don't know if they do or if they don't, but perhaps they are bedding just a little bit deeper with the anticipation of more water coming off of it. Yeah, it's a shellcracker. Michael,
See them coming through that water, you can catch them.
Up here, get around here, big guy. That's pretty good.
That's a nice one. Big shellcracker, Del Hollow.
Throw him back for seed.
Throw him back for seed.
See, sweetheart, we'll come for you another week.
Actually, we threw back a lot of seed. We only kept 6 or 7 fish on this day. I took a few home. to cook them up because they really taste good. We need to get Vernon Summerlin to do a fishy dishes for us. And you know, Del Holla, these fish that come out of these beautiful shellcracker, bluegill, smallmouth, so many of you have caught, they're special coming out of that clear water. They're beautiful fish, and they get so large in Del Holla. I guess they have a lot of good food, but it seems like everything there gets large. Now, if you don't want to fish with night crawlers or crickets, you can go over there with grubs, plastic grubs. For some reason, shellcracker and bluegill love black grubs. Go over there and throw light lead head jig, 1/32 ounce, maybe 1/16. You might be able to get away with that. If you don't like dealing with those the buck bushes a whole lot, make sure you put a weed guard on there. And you can catch fish like this and bigger. It's time to go. The water temperatures are climbing on up. Smallmouth have come off bed. It's almost shellcracker time and bluegill time on Del Holla, and I urge you to go and go see Darren. If you're looking for a place to stay, Darren and his family and his co-owner have owned Willow Grove Resort and Marina for a long time. It's a wonderful place to spend some time. It's got everything you need for your boats. It's got all kinds of fishing gear. It's got food in there for you that you can eat. It's got really good service. They really cater to the fishermen. Willow Grove Resort and Marina, and here comes your contact information to get you there. Got great cabins. I stay there in the winter for smallmouth, and they go stay up there for some of these shellcracker here soon. willowgrove.com. Go see Darren and go have you one great time, because the fishing on Del Holla doesn't get any better to me than what it's going to get right now as we go deeper into spring, and the shellcracker and bluegill begin their spawning time and their great bite. Take a camera with you too, because these fish are gorgeous.
Shellcrackers on Del Holla.